Ladies and gentlemen, what I have for you today is a new welder, the Titanium Flux 125. Let's unbox this puppy. Frag out! Now that's how you unbox something, player. Well, all right. Got it hooked up. Now this isn't going to be your typical review. I'm not just going to weld one or two pieces and show you penetration, how thick this thing can weld. No, because when you buy this, what do you want to do? Most of you guys want to weld exhaust pipe, right? You might want to weld some thinner stuff like this. Or you might want to weld some stuff like this. Or maybe, just for the F of it, you want to just stack a whole bunch of washers. And I'm not even sure why this is here. Let's just get rid of that. And this is definitely a good recommendation from one of our viewers. They get the magnets. They definitely do help. And we're going to weld this guy too. So we got a whole smorgasbord of stuff that we're going to weld here, because my videos are mainly around cars. So this is for you car guys. And so far I have welded these two pieces right here, and I'm thoroughly impressed with this. It is way better than that guy right there. That guy right there is like riding around in a car with 4 flat tires. This guy right here is like riding around in that same car and you fixed your flat tires. So let's get started. Yes, we are going to do exhaust pipe first. That's right. And I got my little slut piece right here. Let's go ahead and cut her up. All right, so maybe that one down there is just a little too slutty. So let's sacrifice this virgin to the welding gods. Alright, so if you guys follow me at all, you know that I have a little trick for doing exhaust pipe, because you don't want any gaps in there, because it's really thin, easy to blow through. So I will bend one side in with a pair of pliers. Like I said, they do make a tool for this, but everyone's got pliers. Bend the other side out, and then when you put it together, you have no gap, and that's going to make your life 10 times easier. And the settings I found for this exhaust pipe is all the way down. Everything on minimum. At least I hope so. Alright, so I'm monkeying around with the settings just a little bit. So I turned it up some because there's a lip there. Maybe it's butted up together, it worked perfect. But since there's a little lip there, you got to burn through it. So I turned them up just a little bit. Are you freaking kidding me? Look at this, look at this. I use absolutely zero anti-spatter on this thing. I don't see one bit of spatter. Maybe a little bit here and there. But man, this is like the thin stuff. This is the harder stuff to weld. And look at that. Flux-Core, baby. I mean, it's not the prettiest, but it's not that bad either. That was just with the wire wheel. You can clean that up, do a little grinding on these welds and paint it, and it'll look just fine. Now, so what's next? I say, let's do something really hard, like stack washers. Okay, so I jumped the gun just a little bit. It's only fair that we do a butting up ends technique now. I will stack the washers later. This one, I'm curious. I'm curious if I can turn the heat down just a little more, if I can go in circles down and maybe get a little stack dime effect. If that's possible with Flux-Core, that's what I'm talking about. Yo, I think with a little more practice at doing that, because I normally don't do that. I normally do the up and down method, which works on the welder over there. But on this one, I think with a little more practice, I can get that looking even better. But look, no spatter. Absolutely no spatter. And no anti-spatter. It's crazy. This is that same piece of pipe that I cleaned up for about, I say it took about 6-7 minutes. I didn't time myself, but it seemed about that long. It is definitely way easier to clean up than that turd over there. And there is the same piece painted. Not bad. Hope you guys can hear me over the lawnmower over there, my neighbor. But it's time to stack these washers. Yes, you can stack washers, and this is going to be the icing on the cake. Let's put it right there. Well, I had it for a second. Nevertheless, it was still impressive. Important to note that it does have a cheat sheet of metals and where you should put them at. So I'm going to use that cheat sheet on this. Not bad, not bad. I was trying to see how forgiving it was on awkward angles, and it's pretty forgiving. I mean, it produced a pretty good weld all the way around. You know, and look at this. I am barely turned up on the heat. So, and you can see right here, on the edges of this one right here, it definitely has some penetration abilities. So I'm going to say for most people, hobbyists like myself, car guys, this bad boy is going to do whatever you want, except for aluminum. Check out this. When you turn it off, it's got kind of like a turbo timer. Look, it's still on. Wait for it. Boom. Now she's off. That's a nice feature to have, because if you've been welding for a long time, you want to leave that fan on for a while and then let it cool off, then turn it off, because you don't want to turn it off when it's very hot. But that feature in there is going to save this machine a lot from people who just want to turn it off and ride. Now, the wire I'm using is Lincoln wire. It's 35. I do not use the cheap wire that comes from Harbor Freight. You want to get a good wire to get the most out these welders. So, what are my final thoughts on the Titanium Flux 125? Should you get it? Abso-freaking-lutely. And if you can't weld with this thing, you need a lot more practice. Don't forget to subscribe. Keep on wrenching and welding. I'll drink to that, and peace.